Hello, everyone, and it is another lovely start to a fantastic week. If you're watching me live here, let me know. This is career coach Mo Fall, and before you pass on and say, "Who is this?" I help professional women advance their careers by helping them lift their souls. And I just over the past couple of hours interviewed one of our awesome grads who cannot believe how different she feels and thinks about herself, her world, her career, and her dreams after working with us in our 12-week kick-ass workshop. If you're a professional woman who is not feeling awesome, if you're feeling like the male hierarchy that you work in, sorry guys, it's truth, has beaten you down or pushed you aside, even if it's a woman boss, we're all working in that game. We're all working in a set of rules that are not the way women are raised. So if you're feeling like the traction you're not getting in your career is somehow you're missing the point, or it's eluding you, or if you think you have to be a version of yourself that you don't want to be, tune in, stay tuned in, because my topic today is coming out of the mouths of babes. Mo's career secrets, advice from kids. And if you're one of my clients, if you're one of my clients, comment below. Let me know that you're here. If you're not one of my clients, what are you waiting for? You can jiffy quick get started on advancing your soul and landing your dream job by booking a complimentary career clarity call with my team. We will diagnose what's going on, and we will talk about where you want to go and what you're missing in your career. And if we can help you, we will absolutely advocate for you to make a powerful decision to get the proper coaching on a proven formula to help you lift your soul. If you're a professional woman who is not where she wants to be in her career, tune in. I've got some golden nuggets for you today. Advice from kids. When I was a little girl, I remember adults saying all the time, out of the mouths of babes, or they would say things like, "Youth is wasted on the young." I remember hearing these things as a kid thinking, what are they saying? I don't understand it. Well, decades and decades and decades later, work experience, high executive jobs, I know exactly what those comments are all about. And I want to give you golden nuggets from kids, advice, career advice from kids. And I'm going to twist it in a way that you can use it immediately. You're going to be able to use this advice because I will tell you, I'm fresh off spending a whole day with my grandkids. And the advice that I'm going to share with you is from some very smart toddlers. When you have a chance to pop over to my webinar, some of these things are going to sound very common. If you've watched my 5 Shifts webinar and you haven't booked a complimentary career clarity call, it's mofall.com/live clarity. Let me scroll that on the bottom. mofall.com/live clarity opens you up to a world of possibility as we help you diagnose what's going on with your career and soul. You know, kids are amazing. Before they get too old, they don't have filters. And as we have become young people, young adults, later in life, maybe mid-level, mid-age adults, we have so many filters on us. In my 5 Shifts webinar, I talk about one of the number one shifts that you have to make in order to advance your career, and that's to get your GPS tuned in, your GPS tuned in, not their GPS for you, not their GPS for you, your GPS. You know what I love about spending time with my grandkids? They tell you when they're hot, when they're cold, when they're hungry, when they're full, when something's too loose, when something doesn't fit right. They tell you immediately what's not working for them. Immediately. I was off out in the ocean, floating around, took my granddaughter with me, and then she wanted to come back to shore and play in the sand. Off we go over to the shore, play in sand. And I said, I'm going to go back out, sit here with your other grandmother. And off I went back in the ocean to do a little swimming, a little floating. You know what? She wanted to come back to the ocean. Off I go to get her. Pa, 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 pa. It's interesting. That example is your GPS. It is the highlight of how you as a human being operate in the world. You're either operating from your own GPS or you're operating from either a filter of how you're supposed to be, polite, perfect, all of that stuff, that you're acting the part. And it has perhaps hypnotized you. Perhaps it has made you lull into a sense of self that is not quite authentic. My grandkids have shown me that what you want now is the most powerful desire. If you study any success formula, and we have so many of them in our 12-week workshop, any success formula will tell you that present moment awareness is where your power is. If you have your awareness in the past because you got burned by a bad boss, job loss, perhaps you took a job and weeks in, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I made a mistake like this. But you stay to try to make it better. You stay because you feel like you have to be loyal. So what's happening is that you are living your GPS to some preconceived thought of who you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, and you have lost your way. Now, I'm not saying that kids have all of the answers for your career. What I'm saying is that the advice we can take from those kids is that they know what they want in the present moment. So if you're tuned into your soul, you're going to know what you want and need in the present moment. When you're tuned into the external world, when you're tuned into the past, or perhaps you're tuned into the future. Oh, if I do that, then my future doesn't look good. Oh, if I do that, I can't this and that. So many women we talk to on our complimentary career clarity calls have been lost for decades. And if that sounds like you, you better book your call with us. Let's get this taken care of. mofall.com/live clarity. You know, kids also have a really, really interesting GPS. Not only the first issue I just mentioned, do they know what they want? And they are articulating it, but they also know who loves them. They can feel the feelings of love, warmth, openness. They can. And you can see if you're with multiple people, with small people, who they will gravitate to and who they will be a little bit shy to. Kids are feeling the energy. We are all energetic beings on this planet. Headline, newsflash. You are an energetic being acting in a three-dimensional world with more to you than meets the eye. And if you're not aware of the fact that you're an energetic being first, you got some awareness to bring in. If you're not aware of your energetic self, that soul power, that soul true essence of that woman you are, if you're not connected to her, you need help and we can help you. It's mofall.com/live clarity. Kids read the room, don't they? In my 5 shifts webinar, I talk about having your own GPS. I talk about owning your worth. I talk about creating a big enough career plan that suits you. I talk about owning the room and also investing in mentoring. You know, one of the biggest things that we miss out on in life is really leaning into experts. This is what kids do. So my third piece of advice to you is to lean into experts. Kids know. My granddaughter and I were watching YouTube videos on how to draw a ballerina, how to draw Tinkerbell, how to draw, what else did we draw? A cat. We're watching this expert sketch artist And step by step, he's giving us, draw a circle here, do this, draw this, a U, a V, do this, do this. Step by step, leaning into his expertise so that my granddaughter would feel happier and more comfortable producing something on paper that looks like the object of her intentions. This is what we do with our clients all day long. Every woman in our 12-week workshop is drawing the future that she wants. We're giving her the exact way to draw the future of her career. In many cases, actually drawing the future of relationships, family, cars, homes, vacations that she wants to take. We're giving her the step-by-step instructions how to do that. And we're coaching her every step of the way. Because kids know if you want to learn how to do something, learn it from someone who knows how to do it. My grandson, he's going to be 3 soon. He didn't get swimming lessons as early as his older sister. I know the second kid gets ignored, right? So he's been taking swimming lessons over the past several weeks because we want to make sure that his parents want to make sure that he's safe around water. We're in South Florida, water's everywhere. And so he took swimming lessons, not from his parents, not from his best friend, not from his sister, from an expert, someone who knows how to teach kids how to swim. There are very particular things that you need to teach a kid when they're first learning how to swim, like only to swim to the pool's edge. Always go to the pool's edge. Always go to the edge. Why? Because that's where safety is. That's where you can hang on and not have to float yourself or swim. If you are teaching a young person how to swim, you teach them to go to the pool's edge, not to go to a person, to a pool's edge, pool's edge, pool's edge. And the kid, through repetition, will learn these habits. So here's your wrap up of advice from kids. Number 1, be present moment aware of what you want, what's working for you and not working for you. And when you're in the present moment, let's say it's at your work or in a Zoom meeting, or maybe a meeting with your boss. If you're not happy with that, you need to create some constructive action for that. We'll help you understand whether that's doable or not on a complimentary career clarity call. mofall.com/live clarity. Advice number 2, be in a loving place in your work, in how you do you. Be in a loving place. Read the room. Understand who else is in a generous, loving place, and aggregate your own sense of love, compassion, and the highest spirit of you to others who feel that way. Kids, read the room. You read the room. Read the room from a place of open-heartedness, not fear, not scarcity, not this will never work out for me. Lean into those who are open-hearted and big and can lift you up. Lean into that. Advice from kids number 3, learn from experts. And you may be saying, sure, Mo, you have a coaching program. I have a coaching program because women need it. The expertise that we have, that our clients leverage into, is like meeting with your C-suite, CEO, COO, and getting advice from them. It's meeting with the highest level of developed personal success coaches, certified LinkedIn, certified resume coaches that can help you every step of the way. You're going to learn how to interview using your soul's power, not just be a talk track. You're going to learn how to interview reading the room, because you're going to learn how to read yourself. You can't read a room if you're blocked from yourself. So I will say this, the advice I want you to take this week forward into your life and career is very simple, because it comes from the mouths of babes. Know what you want and don't want, and take action as an adult on that. Number 2, be open-hearted and read the room. Know who to lean into and who not to. Number 3, invest in working with experts so that you can do it right the first time. So many women we speak to have had decades of making mistakes. And when you've made mistakes on your career, you're bashful. You're scared. You're actually down on yourself. So invest in mentors and coaches who have expertise to help you. I know your family loves you. I know your friends love you. Your coworkers may not so much love you. Everyone has free advice. Free advice is worth what you pay. It's probably actually worth less than what you pay. So many people we've coached over the years have said, oh, well, my father told me to do this, or my brother, who's a vice president at some other company, told me to do that. It doesn't work for you. Oh, my best friend did this, so I did it. Didn't work out. Invest in experts. I am saying this with a sincere sense of urgency for you. If you're watching me live or you're watching me anytime in the year 2022, 2022, flashback, we are under an interesting times where there is so much pressure and so much uncertainty. Guess when the best time to invest in yourself is? Right now. Because when you have better skills, tools, techniques, and experts helping you, you're going to be able to navigate uncertainty better. Again, back to my grandkids. I taught my granddaughter how to navigate the waves in the ocean. She can swim great in a pool, but the ocean sort of got her a couple of times, and she's had some fears about waves in the ocean. I taught her how to go with the waves. I taught her how to let herself be free in the ocean and go with waves instead of fighting against them. She now loves swimming in the ocean and has so much fun. She's got her goggles on. She's looking at fish. She is free and happy in the ocean. This is what happens when you have an expert helping you with your career. You're riding the waves. You're free and happy, and you're a witness to what's going on, and you're powerful, and you know it. Let's recap again those 3 pieces of advice from kids. And frankly, they're from my grandkids. I'm going to tell you this. They know what's going on at their level because they don't have the filters that you have. The supposed tos, the shoulds, the shame, the embarrassment. They don't have that. They'll acquire some of it over the years. Number 1, present moment awareness. Know what you like and don't like, and create plans to correct the things that you don't like and to go toward the things that you do like. Number 2, read the room better with an open heart. When you have an open heart, you can read other open hearts better. If you have a closed heart, if you come into a room with fear, scarcity, embarrassment, or shame, you're going to see other people through those lenses. Don't do that. Read the room with an open heart. And number 3, invest in expertise and coaching. When you need to learn something new, like my granddaughter learning how to sketch, my grandson learning how to swim, my granddaughter learning how to swim in the ocean, different than a pool, she's taking advice from experts. She's moving into knowing how to do something better, so the learning curve is shorter. What's a long learning curve do? It beats you down and it costs you money. So many women we talk to on our complimentary career clarity calls, by the way, that's mofall.com/live clarity, have spent decades not earning the money that they could be earning. And this is where you need more than 5th grade math, folks. If you're at a $50,000 disadvantage in your current job or in your career move, not being able to make that promotion, not being able to move ahead or get that next level job through interviewing, every single year, that's $50,000 that you're not earning. Over just 2 years, that's $100,000. We've moved hundreds of women, 50,000, 70, 80, 100, some literally millions of dollars, not only over their career and lifetime, but in perks, stock options, etc. Perhaps you're ready for those types of roles, but you're afraid, you're scared, you don't know how to do that. We do. We know how to advance your career no matter where you are. If you're at 50, 60, 70,000, you haven't made that first leap into that 80 to 100K, we got you. If you're 80 to 100 and you need to make that leap into 120, 150, we got you. If you're at 120 to 150 and you haven't made that leap to 175, 180, we got you. If you're at 175, 180, you haven't made the leap to 200. That's the bigger glass ceiling than 100 these days. We got you. How about if you're at 250 and you really haven't cracked that 300K? We got you. How about if you're hanging out between 350 and 4 and you haven't really gotten into the fours? We got you. How about if you're in the fours and you haven't quite cracked into the fives plus and beyond? Or the $1 million packages, equity, stock, long-term incentives? We got you. My coaching team and I have all been in those types of roles, in those positions, our careers. It's your turn to learn from experts. Take Mo's career advice, the secret twist of advice from kids. I hope this engenders in you the inspiration that you can have what you desire, that you can live your life from an open-hearted place, and that when you get advice from experts and coaches who know what they're doing, you can have the life of your dreams. Like that absolutely wonderful childhood song, row, row, row your boat. Life is but a dream. Your life can be a dream. But if you're living in sadness and shame and embarrassment, have made poor choices in your career, and your soul is depleted because you're so stressed out, you can't think about even interviewing, give us a call, mofall.com/live clarity. We'll actually give you a call. Book your appointment time. You'll meet with one of my absolute expert, just awesome, awesome career breakthrough strategists, and we will help you organize and understand what's going on in your career and what the next steps are. We'd love to help you. As so many of our clients were celebrating this past weekend, new homes, new locations, jobs that are beyond what they imagined, having the joy and happiness at a level that they just didn't even know was possible. Your soul can come back to life. And when it's the director of your life is but a dream. We'll see you next time. Advice from Kids. This is Coach Mo Fall, the founder, creator of your Kick-Ass Career Workshop. We're here to help elevate your soul so that you can land your dream job. Let's do that this week. No more time. mofall.com/live clarity. We'll see you next time. We'll see you on your clarity call.